Well, the completion of round one action of the Wimmera Football League last weekend, and to talk about the action and the big match, the Warrack Eagles perspective, we're going to follow through on that with Scotty Stewart from the Warrack Herald. G'day, Scotty. How you going?
I'm going well, thanks, Wayne. Yeah.
Well, it's good just to be back at footy, albeit for if you're a Warrack Eagles fan, you certainly had a 20-goal drubbing to start the season. After all that time off, Minyip Matawa only got better.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It was good to be back, and driving through the gate there last weekend, you could tell that a lot of people thought the same thing, because there was a huge crowd over there at Minyip, and I would imagine a lot of the grounds around the whole of country Victoria would have had good crowds. It was a nice sunny day, and everyone was just so keen to get back into the footy and the netball. So It was good. Yeah, as you say, we copped a bit of a touch up, but that's going to happen throughout the seasons with a lot of teams, and Minyip Matawa are very, very good.
Yeah, I tell you what, you're in a rebuilding phase because on the day, only the kids in the under 14 grade were you able to get a win over on their deck at Minyip, which I have to say, from all reports, Scotty, she's a pretty good surface to play on over that way these days.
You are spot on there, and a lot of people that walked away from that, and the other teams that will get to play on that Minyip ground this year will say exactly the same thing. It was beautiful. It was a perfect surface. It was something you see down the league. Downtown, it was perfect. But they put a lot of work into it, obviously, and they had to, because their ground was in pretty bad nick a couple of years ago. But no, the volunteers over there and whoever's got together, they've done a great job there, and it was great to watch footy on. It really was. Start
of the year for the Warrack Eagles saw the Minyip Matawa boys, the Burrows, kick 8 goals to 2 points in the first quarter, and it was ominous signs at a 10-goal margin at half time. It got worse. Only really but for the last quarter fade out, if I even say that, for Minyip Matawa. I think they applied the mercy rule in senior footy on you, mate.
They looks that way on the scoreboard, you'd think, but they did kick 1-6 for that last quarter, so they still had a fair bit of the ball down there. But yeah, they put up a fair effort in those first 3 quarters, and big difference between just the size and the experience of what Minyip Matawa had compared to the Warrack Eagles boys. The Minyip Matawa field kicking through the midfield, and just the bigger bodies, and they were pinpointing passes from 50 metres where our guys were struggling to kick it the 30-40 metres. But good forward line, they're right throughout the ground. Their midfield was strong, and their defence, they just locked everything down and dominated the whole day.
They certainly did. I'll tell you what, they got some good players. Luke Fisher, from formerly over at the Saints, and then was at Donald for a bit, and then I think originally a star player down at maybe Ballarat, if I go back that far. Petering was good. Kieran Delahunty, the McIntyre boys were in great form. Ison 5, T McIntyre 4, and Petering 4, and D Hench for Warrack Eagles. Good bright signs there with 3 goals. Morrow, Sobey and D Stewart, and the young Penny boys, C and D, and Powell also was named in their better players. It wasn't any easier for your reserve grade. Just having a quick look at that, it was one-way traffic for the Minyip boys. They got up and belted you again there. It was 22-24 to 1 goal.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they, as it is with, if you've got a successful senior team, you're going to have some pretty good depth coming through your resis, and exactly what they had there. And our boys they battled away, and just undermanned, and you got there 46 shots to 1 at the end of the day. So pretty one-sided. But
tough going. Leith with 4, Byrne with 3 for the winners, and Murray and Polner the better players for them, and Richardson, W. Richardson for you guys, kicked the only goal and second best, along with Jay Stevenson. Young B. Cramp was amongst the better players and could earn himself a promotion into senior football soon. In the 17-year-olds, they were able to beat you guys. At least it was a bit more competitive earlier on with this game of football, and in the 14s. They beat you in this grade in a good performance from Minyip Matawa at this particular level, and haven't always beaten Warrack Eagles at 9-19, 73 to 3-6-24.
Yeah, they pretty well controlled the match throughout the day, the Minyip Matawa lads. They got some good-sized kids over there in the juniors there, and our young fellas here, they battled hard throughout the game, and yeah, they missed those kids that were making their debut in the senior grade later on in the day. So the Minya Matawa lads were good-sized lads, so they should go all right this year.
And they got Galworth with 3, and Young Pigeon kicked a couple, and Mathrick and Galworth and T Pigeon the better players. Kositsky, McKenzie and Williamson goals for the Eagles, and in Williamson, Jay Keem and Jay Kositsky were amongst it. Why not get the result for you blokes that finally gives you some joy? It was in the 14-year-old age group, and you got up and beat Minya Matawa here, which was good stuff. It was 8-14-62 to 2-3-15, and good to see some kids playing some good football for you blokes. Young Norp kicked 3, McGregor kicked a couple, L. Taylor, M. Inska and S. Norp were the better players.
Yeah, the young fellas started the day off pretty well, didn't they? And I think the junior coach over there, they had a good game of footy earlier in under 12. So yeah, the under 12s and 14 kids, they loved it, getting out there and having a kick around. And the under 14s, well, they were obviously the first ones there to christen that ground. And yeah, they come away with a pretty good win, so they did really well.
Okay, let's look at the other senior games that were played. And Timboola have announced themselves to beat the Saints 7-6-48 to 6-9-45 in an absolute beauty at Coghlan Park.
Yeah, that's the result that a few people would have been looking for on, not looking for, but waiting for it on Saturday evening there to see who got that. And as it is, that's something about that Coghlan Park. She always provides some pretty tight games, and this one's no exception. Dimmy built up a bit of a lead throughout the game, and a low scoring game, in those fine conditions on a pretty good surface over there. So it just shows the pressure that would have been on everyone in that match. And I think Dimmy got a 10 points lead in that third quarter, and I think then Horsham Saints hit back, kicking 3 goals to 2 in that last quarter. I think she come down pretty much down to the wire at the final result there, and Jimmy, they come away with that 3-point win, which they'd be rapt about.
Oh, they are, and the Horsham D's wrapped to win 14-14, 98 to 0-38, 26. I'll tell you what, it might be a tough and long season for Nil also, along with you blokes, the Eagles.
Yeah, I think that's the way it's all going to pan out. There's going to be a bit of difference between your top sides and your bottom sides. And Horsham, they were keen to bounce back. They had that pretty lean 2019 there where they missed the finals for the first time in a while. But I think they're building back again, and they'll be pretty competitive throughout the year. Certainly
will be. I tell you what, this is going to be a great round of football this week in round 2 action. Stall play 0 at Lorcan, home at Central Park. Stall comfortably.
Yeah, you think so. On that surface over there, they've got the Stall gift out of the way, and now she's all ready for footy. So I would imagine Stall would be too strong. They've waited a couple of weeks now after that Good Friday match, and they'll be raring to go.
Oh, wouldn't they? Minya Matawa, they'll be raring to go. They're going to go over to Matawa to play another home deck game, and on their other ground, Ararat of the opposition. I wouldn't be surprised it could be another 20-goal mauling here from Minya Matawa.
Yeah, it could be looking that way. It depends on just how everything pans out on the Matawa ground, but I think it's meant to be a nice sunny day, and I could well imagine a fairly similar result that might take place for the Minya Matawa lads. They'll be up and about and ready to go once again.
I'll tell you what, ready to go. The Warrack Eagles having another chance, this time up to Hopeton. This is a bit of a local derby there for the Wimmera and the Mallee teams. Gee whiz, this is going to be a beauty. I think the Southern Mallee Giants at home will start for firm favourites. They've brought some good players back to the club in Marnie, and also great to see Landrick and Orville back at the club. So I reckon that they just might be too strong for you blokes.
Yeah, word filtering down, and we've done a few reports on the Giants over the summer months, and a couple of weeks ago there, they've picked up a fair few players, I think, and they're going to have a bit of a new list. But I think the main ththing with the Giants is they haven't lost anyone too many from that 2019 team that finished second to Minya Matawa. So I think they're having a real red hot crack here, and the new fellas will blend into the team throughout the year, and they'll start tomorrow. As you said, they'll start a red hot favourite against the Eagles boys, who probably have a fair bit of a battle against the Giants, who I think they're going to prove pretty hard to toss up there, especially up there at Hopeton. Yeah, for sure.
They're going to be a tough team, I reckon, all year. year. The Giants going to be pretty good under Coleman Shack, as we heard a bit earlier. And then this is the Anzac match, the big one at night time in Horsham. It's the Saints play Horsham at 7 p.m. for the Anzac Day clash. What do you make of this?
Yeah, this will be a belter. Yeah, the match of the round for sure. The Horsham counterparts. It'll really show how how both teams are going to be tracking throughout the year, I reckon, and no bigger occasion than an Anzac Day blockbuster there on Sunday. So she'll be a tight battle, I would imagine. Whether or not it's a free-flowing game or some high scores, I'm thinking that the Horsham team might be a bit strong, but we'll say that they might just finish in a draw. How's that?
Yes, for Anzac it probably would be apt. It is great to talk to you, Scotty, on Wimmera football and on the Warrack Eagles, and we look forward to seeing how they go up at Hopetoun. We'll catch up with you next week.
Yeah, no worries. Good on you, Wayne.